Hello, class. Today we are looking at functions. Our last lecture we said functions are stored formulae that performs common calculations such as adding a range of cells or generating a value such as date or time. So when you are using Excel as a spreadsheet program, there are so many functions you can use. However, we will limit our lecture to these functions. We have the sum. If you want to calculate for the total, we use a function called sum. If you want to calculate for the highest, for instance, the highest score of a student's class, we use max, M-A-X. If you want the minimum, it means you are calculating for the lowest or the least. Then if you want to find the average, it means you want the mean. And if you have a condition, we use the if. For instance, you can look for a pass or a fail. Then we have what we call a range, counts and count if. All these are functions. In fact, there are so many functions, but we are limiting our discussions to these ones. Now, on my screen, I believe you have seen that I have computed some data about students. Okay, we have their names here, then the courses they offer in school. We have maths, ICT, and English. So out of these four, under mathematics, these are the scores. Under ICT, these are the scores. English, these are the scores. So assuming you want to find the total score for the students here, I've indicated total here. Which of the functions are we using? Sum. So take notice that if you want to compute using any of the functions here, you need to begin with an equal to sign. It is compulsory, mandatory. When you are done, then the name of the function follows. So now that we want the total score for the students, we begin with an equal to sign. Then which function are we using? Sum. When you enter the sum, you open a bracket. And from the screen, remember we said from our last lecture that we only use values, okay? Values, the numbers to perform computation. The labels that are text, you cannot use them. So on my screen, Kojo, where does his score begins? Mathematics, which is cell B2. So is B2 plus C2 plus D2. When you finish, remember you open a bracket, so you need to close it with a bracket. When you are done, you hit the enter key. So these are the scores for Kojo. So if you finish, you need not to worry at all. There is also a feature called autofill. Autofill meaning automatic filling. When you are done with even only one entry, it is very simple. All that you need to do is to click on the cell to make it an active cell. Then you position the cursor at the extreme right here. I believe you can see from my screen that the cursor has turned to be a crosshair. When you see it this way, hold the left mouse button. I've held it. So if you want to use the autofill, drag. So you see, I'm dragging. Let's see whether we get the score. Good. So you see, using the autofill, I have been able to automatically fill the rest of the cells. So no need to write the formula again. That is automatic filling. Okay. So again, an example of the automatic filling is if you want, let's say, 2 times, you want to compute 212, 224. All that you need to do for Excel has been done in such a way that it will compute for you. So you need to enter the first two, 224. You are done. Whenever you finish, you highlight on the 2, you position the cursor here, then you hold the left mouse button and drag automatic filling. So you see what has been done. That is autofill. So assuming you don't even want this, but you want 15 times table, 15 1, 15, 15 to 30. Hold your breath. Highlight the two together. Automatic filling. Position the cursor here. Hold the left mouse button. Drag. You see, I have automatically filled. So that is about the auto filling. Now we continue with the other function. If you want to find the maximum score, the same procedure. That is the highest score for the students over here. First thing first, remember I said you begin with an equal to sign, then the name of the function follows. So because we needed the highest, we will use max. Take notice of how it is written. All the functions are written using capital letters or upper cases. So when you are done, you open your brackets. Let me give you another trick. Instead of writing, you see, these are the scores, cell B2, C2, and D2. But it might be you have so many of them. You need not to be writing plus, plus. No, 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 no. We call something a range of cells. RANGE. That one, we use what we call the is to sign this time. This is what we use, okay? This is what we use, this very sign here, so that if you have thousands of even subjects a student is follow, you begin with the beginning cell and you end with an ending cell. So see how I am demonstrating. Equal to max, I open my brace, so it is from B2. So you see B2, then I bring is to, okay? Is to what? Is to D2. D2. Then I close my brace. Okay? Equal to max. Okay? Equal to max. Then I open my brace. B2 is to D2. So you see, I didn't bring any plus, 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 but it has highlighted for me. So if you have about even 30 subjects, you need the beginning cell. So you see, the beginning cell that I can use to perform computation is B2. So B2 is here. Then the ending one is what? D2. So I have B2 is to D2. And when I press on enter, look on my screen. For Kojo, his maximum score was ICT, which is 78. And that is what I have here, 78. So automatic filling. Position the cursor here, hold and drag. So you see all the subjects here, these very ones here, the highest scores have been brought out. If you want the minimum, meaning the lowest score, the same procedure equal to min. I open my brace. This is the beginning cell. Then I bring my range, which is to D2. Then I close my brace, enter. So you see from the screen, Kojo, from the courses that he offers, the one he scored less was English, which is 30. And this is what I have here. So automatic filling, you drag down. You see, if you pick a course, sorry, the least is 17, which is ICT. And that is how we use the various functions. I believe you've understood. There is also another function called Autosum, automatic summation. It is like using the sum function. It totals every score for you. How do we apply it? That one is also very, very, very simple. Let me show you how to go about it. Assuming I don't want to use the sum, but the Autosum is here. You see the sigma. Okay, that's the Autosum, automatic summation. Okay, it says it automatically adds up everything for you within the selected cell. So note that if you want to apply the automatic filling, automatic summation, sorry, all that you need to do is to highlight the cells that you want to autosum. Then you leave a space, okay? You leave a cell where you want the answer to be. So on my screen, I have selected where I want to add, and I'm leaving a cell where I want my results to appear. Then I come and click on the Autosum. So this is the Autosum. I'm clicking on it. You see, I've gotten the total. Or you can even highlight all. Okay, I have highlighted all and I have left out the space. I want the total score to be. I click on auto sum. You see, it has summed all the subjects for me. That is about automatic summation. Okay, so basically, these are some of the things that you can do. And please, if you are a teacher and you are computing the CA continuous assessment of your students, all that you need to do is to enter their names, you enter the subjects that they offer, then you enter the scores that the students had. If you want to add their scores, we use a sum. If you want even the highest among the courses is there. For instance, for mathematics, if I want the highest score, I need to bring it here. So that's where the answer should be because all these column B is for maths. So this is where the answer will be. If I want the score for ICT to continue with the if function. We just finished with the sum, the max, and the others. Now we want to continue with the if function. In Excel, the if function runs a logical test and returns one value for a true result and another for a false result. So, for example, if you want to test whether a student in your class passed or failed, we use the if function. So, therefore, how then do we use the if function? Remember earlier on, we said in Excel, whatever function you want to use, you begin with an equal to sign, then the name of the function follows. So here we are talking about the if. So that is the if. Afterwards, you open your brace. Remember, we said the if is used to test whether a condition is true or false. So on my screen, we want to test whether any of the students failed or passed. If that is the case, then we need what we call a logical test, meaning what are we actually testing on? That is the logical expression that you want to evaluate. For instance, in class, you can say, oh, if a student scores below 50, the student has failed. So if the student has not failed, it means the student has passed. So we can say that if a student scores below 50, the student has failed. Other than that, the student has passed, meaning the student scored more than 50. So that is what we test here. And where you see value if true, meaning if this test that you are testing here is true, this is what will be displayed. Other than that, this is what you see. Now, on my screen, these are the total scores for the students here, Kojo, Ama, Kofi, and Akos. So let us see. Now we need to set a benchmark. Okay, what we are going to test is that if a student, the total score for the student is less than 150, the student has failed. That is our benchmark. You can equally set your own. So per what I have on the screen, this is the total. That is what we want to test on. So any of the scores here that is below 150, it means the student failed. So that is what we want to test. It presupposes that after writing the syntax here, Amma has 72, so we should see fail here. We should also see fail for Akos. But for Kojo, and Kofi, we should see pass. Now let us continue with how we write the function. So equal to if I have opened my brace. So we are saying that if this cell, which is cell E2, is equal to, okay, if it is equal to or less than, or we can even do away with the less than, the equal to. So we can make it if E2 is less than 150, comma, take notice. Then you open your small inverted commas. The student has failed. Remember, that is the condition we are setting here. The value if true. So if this student, the score is less than 150, he has failed. Then you close the inverted commas. You bring another comma, leave your space, you open another inverted comma, then you write pass. Because if the student scores more than above the 150, it means the student has passed. For that, you close your brace. So take notice of it again. Equal to if, then we have a cell we are testing on. So that the cell here, we are saying that any of the, if these students had less than 150, we should fail the person. Other than that, the student has passed. So the student has 158. So you and I, we need to see pass here. We need to see pass because the score here is 158. So let's see what we will get here. Take notice of whatever we have typed here. Okay, so if equal to if this cell is less than 150, I leave a small space, inverted commas here, fail, comma, then so let us press on enter and see what the results will be. Enter. Good. So you can see from my screen that Kojo passed. Now we just learned automatic filling. So let's see. I position the cursor here. I don't have time to calculate for this. Automatic filling will do it for me. So good. You see what we have on my screen. So you see 158 is more than 150. So the person passed. But 72 is less than he, or that is Ama. So she failed. So this is how the if function is written. That is the syntax. Again, if we don't want pass or fail and we want something like A, B, C, we can equally do that. Okay, so let's try our hands on it. So as usual, equal to, so we want to test. And what we are testing is that if this is less than 50, the person add a D. So any of the scores here, if the so equal to if I open my brace, so we want to test if it is D or A, like I said. So if this cell is less than 150, comma, I leave a space, I open my inverted commas, D. Then I close the inverted commas, I bring a comma, I leave a space, another inverted commas, A. That is what we use. Remember, I opened a bracket here, so I need to close the bracket. I've closed the bracket. So on my screen, we could see 158 is greater than 150, so we should expect an A. Enter. You see, Kojo has gotten an A. But for Ama, she should get a D. Akos too should get a D. Now let's autofill and see. I position the cursor here, automatic filling. Good. You see what I was trying to say. So that is basically about the if function. Another thing that you also need to know is about sorting. Sorting. Sorting means arranging. We have two main types of sorting. We have the ascending, and we also have the descending. So descending. So you can sort ascending or the ascendancy order or the descendancy order. Ascendancy order means from the smallest to the highest. But descendancy order means from the highest to the lowest. So in ascending order, that one, if I have one, it means I have to go to two, three, four. Then also, if I'm sorting descending, if I had 100, then I should have 99, 98. That is descending order. So that is about sorting. Now, so assuming you have tested your students and you want to see the student that had the highest score, assuming you have so many students here, what are you supposed to do? We can add so many students, so many scores here. You let me add. Okay. So I'm just adding. I'm just adding. So I'm just adding any score at all. Any score at all for this. Okay. So we need to find out the students that actually passed, or that is either in ascending order or descending order. So ascending and descending. So you need to take careful look about that, okay, or on that, so that you not fail. So they have increased the students. Now we want to sort. Looking at the scores here, we want to sort ascending and descending. So how do we go about it? So if you are sorting, like I said, the first thing is to highlight. So we need to highlight all. Okay, I have selected those I want to sort. Now look on my screen. At my extreme right, you see the sorting here. That's what I was talking about. Ascending order and descending order. Remember I said ascending order is from the lowest to the highest, and descending order is from the highest to the lowest. So per what we have on the screen, we want to sort the total so that we get those that scored higher marks, then those that scored lower marks will also be at the bottom. So this is how we go about it. You need to actually highlight those that you want to sort. Like I said earlier, so I've highlighted. I come to sort. I am always advising you, when you are sorting, come to custom sort. So custom sort, this is a flyout menu. It is asking us what we want to sort by. You click. Okay, so you see, because I've given them captions, I want to sort using total. So you can sort using any of these. So I'm selecting total. Then I leave the sort on, don't touch it. Then you come to the order. I want those that scored highest to come first. So you see the order, I just clicked on largest to smallest. So if I click on OK here, I should see that the highest total score should be here. So in this case, Yao is the one that had the highest, which is 250. So when I click on OK here, I should see Yao coming first. So let us click on OK and see what will happen. Okay, good. You see Yao has come first. And one of the reasons why I said when you are sorting, select the custom sort is that that one will sort with the names attached. Other than that, you will sort and the wrong person will get the highest score. So take notice of that. So even at school, if you want to even arrange the students, their names, alphabetical order, you can equally sort. So let us try our hands on that. So I highlight all, okay? I come back to the sorting, custom sorts. What am I sorting here? It is the name. This time it's not total, the name. So I click here and choose name. I want the name to be alphabetical order. So in ascending order, I want Amma to be first. That is, those with A should be there. So from my screen, Amma should come first. Then I have Akos. Then the rest follow. So I'm supposed to see Yao to be the last person. So let us see. So sort name, then order, I want it to be in ascending order. So A to Z. I'm clicking on OK. Let's see what will happen. Okay. Oh, good, good, good. Yes, Akos is the first. Why? Because if you are counting ABC, we have K coming first before Ama. Exactly. So this is how we sort. Another method that you can also use that is very simple is about using the filter. So that one too, you highlight. So that's what I'm talking about. Filter. That one is also used to sort. This filter. Okay. How do we go about it? You highlight the cells you want to sort. Okay. So I've highlighted. After that, you come to the same filter and sort. You see filter here, something like a funnel. Click on it. When you click, you see these drop downs here. Have you seen? This is also very simple. When you are sorting, sort everything for you. Like I said, other than that, somebody's total will go and overtake somebody's own. So assuming I'm sorting using the total, or let's just check ICT, the person that had the highest score. It's supposed to be Vic. So let us see whether Vic will come first. So I click here. It is asking me which one am I sorting? Am I sorting from smallest to largest or largest to smallest? I want largest to smallest. Good. So you see, ICT has been sorted, but Vic had the highest. Now let us sort for mass and see the lowest score. Okay. Me, if I look on my screen, I can see Amma being the lowest, but let's see. So click here, filter, smallest to largest. Good. So that's what we are talking about. Sometimes when you are typing, you type a name like maybe um Amstead as a university, Amstead, and you want Amstead to appear from this cell to this cell, or from this cell. You want it to be together. We say we are merging. It means we are combining the cell to become one. How do we go about it? You select the cell you want to merge. So on my screen under the home tab, you can see merge and center. Click on the arrow here, the drop down. Then you select merge cells. Good. You see, these cells have been merged. It has become one. The normal formatting that we did in Microsoft Word is still applicable. You can highlight these and bold, you can italize, you can give it a color, you can even give it a text highlight color. All this can be done. Okay, remember the column width, we did that. You can increase the column width, you can increase the row heights. All these we learned them. So basically, these are some of the things that you need to know about Excel. Then we can also insert charts. So assuming you want to insert chart for math, ICT, and this course, it's a matter of highlighting, coming to insert, click on insert tab. You see charts. So these are the charts. If you want a bar chart is here, you can select it. If you want a pie chart, so let me select any of them. This is the bar chart. Let me select this one. It will be displayed for me. So you see, I have gotten a chart here and the scores are indicating. So you can even give it a title. I've clicked, then you delete inside. So we can say maybe scores of students, scores of students. All these you can do it on your own. These are scores of students. So basically, these are some of the things that you can apply. So many things you can find and replace. If you click on any of the tabs here, there are so many things that you can do. You can add symbols, equation signs. You can even give it the orientation that we did. You can give it a background color. Let's give it, so you can work offline and give it a color. There are so many things. There are so many formulas here you can use. Remember, we just finished using the Autosum. So many things can be done using Excel. Okay. So basically, these are some of the things that you need to know. Remember, spelling and grammar, that is the proofing is there. The Xerox is also here. All these can be added. All right. Then at the end of the day, you can save. Remember, you click on the file. The file tab will take you to the backstage view. We did this. You come to save as. You click, you give a name. Then if you also want to print, you click on the print. Okay. If you click on the print, you see the printed area will be seen. Okay, this is what is shown. Meaning if I